Today's reality is that mobile is a dominant platform. We are witnessing a generation of consumers whose daily lives are permeated by smartphones. But how can marketers make use of this unprecedented opportunity to be like mobile phones, ever present and ever needed? I'm Rod Nepomuceno, and this is Insight. With us, Raymond Racaza, co-founder, president, and chief operating officer of Surpass, and Pauline Pangan, founder and president, AFDigital. Guys, good evening, and thank you for joining the show. All right, Raymond, how big is the mobile marketing market?
It's huge. In the Philippines, like with a population of 101 million people, we have 115% mobile penetration rate. So there are more phones and SIM cards than Filipinos.
Yeah.
When the staggering fact there is that in terms of smartphone penetration, we're only at 40%. So it'll be a matter of 3 to 4 years where you see the smartphone revolution, so which is what we're gearing up towards.
People are more on their phones, less on their TV sets. But if you look at the numbers, advertising budget is still dominated by TV.
Yes.
I would say for some advertisers say that they're still at 85% or 90% of TV. And so much only for digital and mobile. Is that true?
I think it's because, like what Raymond said, the penetration for internet is still at 40%. That in terms of growth in digital marketing,
the trajectory is definitely there.
Yeah, we're still at our infancy compared to other more mature markets.
When you look at the conversion rate, this is a period where you see a big trajectory. Like I mentioned, the next 3 to 4 years will be crucial. As data speeds get faster, it also becomes cheaper. So you see two barriers being broken.
How important is mobile marketing now in the marketing mix of companies?
It's really hard to quantify. The interesting fact is that we're still at the infancy of our mobile marketing. But Filipinos love their mobile phones. We love our social. In terms of usage, we've got one of the highest in the world. So we're on social 4 hours in a day, and that's just during the day. So in terms of importance, it's really hard to quantify that. But I just know that if marketers do not go through a digital transformation, they're not going to be as relevant anymore in the next 5 years.
Again, some advertisers have told me that most of the chunk of their digital marketing budgets really go to Facebook and Google. And a small portion, or maybe a small percentage, would be with the digital networks, wherein they buy programmatic brand, say banner ads in websites. And then perhaps some native advertising and perhaps content marketing.
Absolutely.
So is that pretty much it? Is that an accurate statement, or it goes beyond just advertising in Facebook and banner ads?
It absolutely goes beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look
Way
at
beyond.
especially the market like the Philippines and other emerging markets, you look at lowest common denominator. What's the lowest common denominator in these markets? You know, it's SMS.
Still SMS.
Still SMS.
Just how
Smartphones, it's not a mutually exclusive technology, meaning smartphones still have SMS. So for marketers, it's crucial that they target, you know, the key consumer base that they have. Depends on if the brand is a very niche brand, but again, lowest common denominator. The broader the market spectrum, you know, the better, especially for consumer products.
To answer your question, Rod, mobile marketing, it encompasses everything. So because it's always on, it's always connected, as a marketer, you have an opportunity to reach your audience anytime during the day. When I wake up in the morning, sadly, this is what
It's the first thing.
and before I sleep, it's so intimate.
Yes.
And because of social, because of email marketing, because of geo-targeting, because of apps, right? Like, you can do push notifications. So if, for example, I'm in Caravan, and they have an app here, they can say, oh, because you're around, we can give you 10% discount on this beautiful lemongrass tea.
Right, and
they
you
get
get
me.
it the
And
moment
I'm like,
you
why
wake
not?
up. Just before the show, we were talking about path to purchase, the journey.
Yeah, the
Okay,
customer
yeah.
journey. I was just going to say.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
that a little bit, Pauline? In the digital world? How do
You
we...
mentioned that if you're a new business, at first,
Yes.
it's not really the first thing. It's one of the most important things. It's for you to figure out what is a customer journey. So we need to veer away from thinking, okay, how do I communicate to my customers? But figure out how my customer want me to communicate with them. So a perfect example is when I purchase like some shoes. You know, I go online, I go on Lazada and check what are the the nicest shoes that they have for, I don't know, for this interview. If I click on your shoes, don't give me your ads about bags. Right? But there is an important thing that you need to do in order for you to know that I'm clicking ads on your shoes. It's important that you understand what I want. So when you collect all of these data through the data that you get online, you'll be able to know my preferences and build that data.
Welcome back. You're watching Insight. All right, Raymond, Pauline, if I was planning my marketing strategy, should I segregate internet marketing, mobile marketing, and digital marketing?
Coming up with a mobile-first strategy is very crucial. And reason behind it is the experience on the desktop, for example, or what you see on a particular laptop, for example, is very different when you transpose that experience to a mobile. Well, you can't do traditional online, let's say, ad mediums like roadblocks. The screen size is different. One thing that marketers have to bear in mind is that they have to harness or maximize the capabilities of mobile. Talk about geolocation. You talk about screen size. You talk about, for example, the built-in features of a phone. So those are things they should actually consider, especially now. The numbers are staggering. We're a mobile-first country. People cannot afford laptops, but they can afford a smartphone.
So you're saying now, marketers should they understand? Should they be techie? Should marketing people be techie?
It's not rocket science.
The answer is definitely
yes.
The CIOs should be their best friend if they want to they want to retain the role.
Because they to some extent these are like technological tools.
Yes.
And again, if I'm a marketing guy, if I didn't know that tool can do this, then wow, then I wouldn't be able to harness it, right? So
that's the reason why I said the CIO should be their best friends.
So marketing people should always be talking to
definitely
their CIOs. All right.
And the marketing tech vendors nowadays are, they acquired billions of dollars, making sure they have the right integration and the right channel to be able for marketers to take advantage of these available tools.
And to capture the experience. That's a key thing.
The
key
customer
element.
journey.
Capture the experience, especially on mobile.
Leading to that, how do you capture, as a marketer, how do you leverage or capitalize on those micro moments, the waking up moments, and people look at their phones? When you were talking about path to purchase, you discuss how a person's day is, right?
Yeah. You think about, again, as a brand, how do they connect with you? And this is really, again, I'll go back to relevance. In my social media, what kind of data can you gather about me? It's not just about demographics, it's not just about the age, it's really about preferences. So if you understand your customers, like connect with them on social. There are available social listening tools out there.
In a way to give themselves.
Yes, like they are really giving themselves.
As they post food or as they post their latest bikini or whatever.
It's starting to annoy everyone. That's why I have a lot of haters, because there's too much sharing. But as marketers, are we taking advantage of that? Like, that's one thing we need to ask ourselves. And CRM, like for example, like if they are your customer already, you're in a better position to know what their preferences are.
That's the beauty of mobile as well. It captures the what to do and what to buy moments, for example. Especially when you're traveling, for example, a lot of Filipinos go, let's say, they line up at the MRT, or they line up, let's say, they want to travel, for example, or transportation. That's a key opportunity when they're waiting in line. You can feed them information or what type of activities they can do. Most purchases actually happen upon queuing. When people are lined up. Because these are idle moments. These are things that, okay, I'm looking at moments where I need to kill time, for example. So what to do, what to buy.
Right.
So they have to capture those moments. And there's
So to some
There's so
extent,
many-
you're beyond the technology, if you're giving some advice on mobile marketing, you also kind of have to be an anthropological expert
Yeah,
on human behavior.
Yeah, you have to live it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you have to be part of it.
You
Yeah.
need to be diligent in
Yeah.
gathering the data and
Yeah.
taking advantage of that data on how you can better target your customers. That's really what it is about. And
Yeah.
like what Raymond said, this is not rocket science. So the tech marketing vendors have taken it upon themselves to master this customer journey.
Yes.
And platforms are available for you to be able to do this one-to-one communication to them.
The fact that I guess because there's so much in the internet, and you
Yeah.
really have literally billions
Yeah.
of possible things to
Information,
watch.
yeah.
How do you get out and get over the clutter and be, as you would say, relevant?
For me, let the data talk to you. So data is available. You have got your website analytics, you've got your mobile data
Absolutely.
available to you. You have big data nowadays, and it's really about understanding those data.
Now is a perfect time, especially for marketers, because this is the opportunity where they can do hyper-targeted marketing.
Yeah.
You know, people know because of big data, like
Yeah.
you mentioned. They know user behavior more than ever. They can drill down and pinpoint gender, activity,
Social
like,
data, all of
everything.
your interests are there.
So if you look at it, you know, there's a lot of data, but it's how you segregate and how
Right.
you hyper-target
Yeah.
a particular segment, and you build on top of it.
Yeah, so you talk about big data, and for a lot of people, that's actually a big word.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
in layman's terms, what do you mean by big data for an ordinary entrepreneur, and how can he leverage on big data?
Well, big data is basically the collective, I would say, experiences, collective data of all the users for a particular platform. Big data simply states, literally it's big, meaning there are millions upon billions.
It's something that
Yeah.
you cannot mine on your own.
Yes.
That you need a platform to be able to
Yeah.
mine.
Be able to manage. All right.
So the analytics and even data visualization is actually very crucial when it comes to big data.
Okay.
But it's
Now-
very powerful for marketers in order for them to
Yeah.
learn. So for
They have
example,
all of this information, but
Yeah.
they need to know how to be able to use it properly and according to their.
and
their objective.
it's not their own brain. It's not through their own thinking. That's what Raymond said. That you have all the tools available, and through those tools you can create preferences marketing, whereby okay, these are the lookalikes. How can we target to them the same way we targeted to our existing customers already?
Welcome back to Insight. If you're a brand and you're
Is it
selling something,
necessary?
is it necessary to have a mobile app, or it would depend on what industry you belong to?
It's necessary. There's no question about it, again, because you want to be where the revolution happens. When every Filipino has a smartphone, you want to be there. Now, the big question would be, what's the functionality of that app?
What does it
Again,
offer?
you
Yeah.
can't just
How
transpose.
Yeah.
can your target audience use it
Yes.
on their day-to-day lives? How
Exactly.
will it integrate? How will it make their lives easier?
Yes,
Yeah, so
exactly.
for example, it's a bank. You can
Yeah.
do
Oh, yeah.
internet
Yeah,
banking.
yeah.
You want that app. Like
Yes.
one of the most useful apps I use.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Is- my bank.
When they go into a website, for example, 7 seconds.
7
You know,
seconds.
Oh,
7
yeah,
seconds.
it has to load. But if we're talking about video content,
Video content, yeah,
30
it's,
seconds,
yeah, 15 to 30,
Yeah.
which is actually
you have,
perfect.
You have to get my interest in
Yeah.
30 seconds time, otherwise you'll have a
Yeah,
drop.
or
So-
else they'll bounce.
Traditional versus mobile advertising. That seems to be the debate going on now. But where do you see this going? The trend of mobile advertising vis-a-vis traditional advertising.
Well, for emerging markets, especially, well, we have to compartmentalize it. For example, like at this day and age, they have to be very complementary. Traditional
yes.
and digital have to be, I would
Yeah.
say, need to have a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, that's how I was going to answer. It's not really one or the other.
One or the other.
You're just talking about medium here. It's really
Exactly.
about how you communicate.
Yes.
And CMOs can't think, okay, I'm only an ATL expert. No, it doesn't work like that.
It
Yeah.
has to be complementary.
Eventually, it's no longer about traditional or digital, mobile. It's just marketing.
Yeah, it's a holistic approach. So again, right, it's like the horse carriage and in cars. You can't stop technology. It will happen. So it's not a matter of if, it's when. But at this day and age, very complementary. But again, crystal ball.
Don't think of it as one or the other. That's really the answer to it. It's all about your communication. It's all about how you target your audience effectively. It's all about being best friends with your CIO. You think, and you think about customer experience.
I think there'll be more regulation when it comes to intrusive ads.
Permission marketing.
That might happen.
Very soon.
But permission-based marketing is something that is very necessary, of course. When you look at, of course, that's why part of the registration process when you enter, let's say, particular service is
allowing
permission,
them.
So again, having that permission-based marketing, I would say, spiel or approach, very important.
And in my opinion, Rod, it really works against brand as well. If you're just irritating them, and the more rejection
you
you'll
don't
get.
want it to come out like a commercial, so to speak.
But
it has to be engaging content.
Yes. One thing we've learned though is that people are agreeable to receiving content or receiving, let's say, particular advertising materials if
it's their preference.
It's the preference. If you do it right.
Yeah. If you're gonna send me an email marketing, give me something I want. Right? And you'll find out again if you check your data.
All right. Look at your crystal balls and
Crystal ball.
and what's going to be the next trend when it comes to mobile marketing? Where do you see this whole industry moving to?
You'll see advertiser marketers harness the capabilities. Again, for example, it's an advertisement of a particular drink that you need to shake. You shake your phone and something happens. Again, you can't do that on a TV screen. You can't shake the TV screen.
The experience.
So, but the experience, having that interactive experience is captured on mobile and very different. So you have all of these interactive campaigns being run, and it's not far off. You'll see this very, in the next few years or so.
Redefining what interactivity is all about.
Exactly. I see it more journey-based, where it's really integrated in the day-to-day lives of consumer.
And it's more seamless
targeted.
and less intrusive. All right, fantastic. This was a great interview, guys. A great discussion. Glad to have you on the show, Pauline, Raymond. Thank you for your
Thank you.
Thank you, Rod.
This is Insight, the program that tackles the latest developments in the dynamic world of marketing. I'm Rod Nepomuceno. See you again next week.